right, good afternoon, my friends, and welcome. We have a very exciting quarterfinals match. I am joined by the very talented, the very good-looking Ashes. Ashes, how are we doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. That loss hit a little hard, but you know what? It's
Yes.
all good. It's all good. Just magic.
You know what? It's you have it. You came out with an awesome attitude right away. But man, oh man, those top decks. Some of those top decks were brutal,
Yeah.
absolutely brutal. So yeah, but it was really really cool to see both decks. But now, hey, we're here with the next one, and we've got a little bit of Affinity versus Mono Black.
Oh
So
yeah. I'm super excited to see how this turns out. Both these decks just look super fun to play.
absolutely, no, they're really really cool. And I was lucky enough to see their games in the Swiss rounds,
Hmm.
and yeah, they were able to do some really really cool stuff. And honestly, with with both of their games, we were able to see really, honestly, some really high quality, modern tier level kind of gameplay. I mean, honestly, like a lot of both of what they were doing looked like something you would see out of like a
Hmm.
regular game of modern, you know. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, Affinity, an old classic in the modern format. Mono Black Devotion, not so much, but you see it every once in a while. And we're starting off here. It looks like Joe is going right out the gates here with the plating.
yeah, absolutely.
And over on Dan's side, well, he has two more Blood Chief Ascensions in hand that we'll be seeing at some point in the game, hopefully.
Yep. Hmm. Yeah, Dan comes back with a really great play himself with the Geralt's Messenger, and that's going to come down. And then
Oh yeah.
excuse me. Okay, good. Sorry, we had a little bit of technical difficulty. I'm sorry, I was really reluctant about what to say. So, just for our audience, there, we had a little bit of technical difficulties. Joe was able to hear everything we were saying, so I didn't want to give away
Oh.
what was happening and stuff. But anyway, I think we're all good to go. So Ashes, now that
All right.
we got that taken care of. Well, so how's Dan's hand looking? What else has he got going on besides this
So
messenger
yeah,
here?
we got two Blood Chief's Ascensions, a Swamp, another Geralf's Messenger, and a Defile. So it's sort of
Okay.
like we got some parts of every part of the deck here. Um, and I think this hand is reasonably well set up to deal with what Joe has out right now, at least.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And honestly, one of the really interesting things that did come up in their Swiss rounds was the fact that, you know, Dan kind of got a little bit screwed on swamps, so he didn't have enough,
Mhm.
and so his defiles weren't big enough to start killing Joe's creatures. So it's
Oh
actually really
man.
funny that that might be something that will come up here, and we'll start to see, although cranial plating, really powerful card, not increasing the toughness whatsoever on the
Yeah.
creatures here, and so it's not going to be able to protect, from those defiles, which are giving minus one for each of the swamps that's going on there. So yeah,
Hmm.
so definitely
Did
really.
did Joe win their Swiss round or?
No, he didn't. He didn't. He
Okay.
Dan did end up winning, and I think dude, ultimately, Dan is somewhat favored in this one. And but like I was talking about, they were really good games, and they were very 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 close. So
Mhm. Yeah, I can definitely see it going either way here. How do I untap
yeah, it looks like we're having a little
Oh,
bit
I
of
think yeah, but he already equipped the plating before
right. So yeah,
untapping it.
he can't yeah go back here. A little bit of MTGO snafu here. So we're gonna get this all figured out. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what we were looking to do. Wait, I'm sorry if I missed it, Ashes. What was he trying to do now with this extra floating mana?
I'm not sure exactly. I think I don't know because I know he floated three, played the pest, and then
Right,
attached the plating, but I'm not sure um if he even has anything in his hand that he could use for that mana.
right.
Maybe he didn't mean to make a white.
Maybe that was it. He wanted to hold up. He's got a galvanic blast in hand, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might have been it then.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, so I mean, we know we might be looking pretty good here from Dan's side. I mean, we've got our threats established. We've got a really good removal spell in hand. And for Joe, I mean, he just has the Galvanic Blast in hand and just two more lands. He's got Ether Hub and Aspire of Industry. So, we're really going to see what happens here. I think it's going to, the next couple of top decks for Joe is going to be a really big deal here. That being said, Joe does get to still hit for 3 here, because I'm assuming that we're going to go ahead and attack in with the Mem Knight and the Frogmite and the Signal Pest, and we're going to see a removal spell on the Mem Knight. Now, something interesting here, we could have the instant speed equip of cranial plating. I'm sorry to cut you off, Ash. Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to bring up.
yeah, that could be really interesting. So let's see, if Joe catches that. That would be really, really interesting. So hopefully we see, Joe not play anything pre-combat here, and just goes ahead and moves to combat and attacks, and then kind of just sees what happens on Dan's side of the battlefield. Because, we have these Geralt's messengers, but well, I guess
Messenger can block, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's only the Signal Pest with flying, so I guess that is something to consider here. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. I mean, already we're kind of seeing some different things. Lots of trade-offs. Things we could and couldn't do here. So we'll see what Joe decides to do.
Yeah, and I mean, just from like one turn of having shields down, Dan's at 8.
Right. Yeah, that was a big deal. No, yeah, I mean, we hit for what, 9 damage last turn or something like that. So yeah, that definitely having a huge impact here.
Goes for no swings. Interesting.
Gotcha. Interesting. And we get... I definitely don't... I definitely can understand the no attack there, but I think something that's kind of raising eyebrows for me right now is Joe writes oops in chat, which maybe implies that he meant to attack, so maybe, yeah, unfortunate. Hopefully
I think attacking was probably best there, because right now with the Golf Blast in hand, your opponent's life total is basically at 4.
That's true. That's really, really true. Yeah, maybe, we were probably just supposed to get that in attack there, especially we could move around that cranial plating at any time at this point. And then, you're right. We could probably just get that attack in there and maybe just finish off with the Gal Blast. We drew Vault Scourge last turn, and so,
he might have F6 through his turn by
accident.
accident.
That may have been the oops part. I got you. Yeah, that definitely would make sense there.
Yeah, because, it makes... I think playing out the Vault Scourge there's no reason not to.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because, if we're worried about life total, we could even just tap Glimmer Void to pay for the Phyrexian black mana there. So,
oh man, all these Blood Chief Ascensions getting procced.
That's all these different triggers going on. It's pretty great.
So it needs 3 or more counters to
Correct.
go off. So one of them is online. This could be a quick clock if Dan starts drawing more removal.
And this is the really cool part about Dan's deck. I mean, he's definitely pretty committed on playing a kind of removal heavy mid-range kind of deck. But at the same time, he's also really able to put on a very quick clock with his deck. So that's a huge aspect of the power that the deck has.
Oh yeah. So Joe moving over the cranial plating at end step.
Right.
I wonder what the game plan is gonna be here. It's looking like it's turning into Dan's favor though.
Yeah, definitely.
The longer the game goes, the more chance I think Dan has of taking this.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Is Dan have what's in his hand? Just the Defile and
he has
anything
a
else?
Defile and a Swamp.
Okay, so Defile's a kill spell here, obviously. If we play out Vault Scourge pre-combat, that's another pump to the cranial plating. Let's say we attack with everything. Well, I'm guessing we'll go to beginning of combat, Signal Pest gets killed, right? Then we move with the Glimmer Void and the Spire of Industry, we move the cranial plating to another creature. But then that one just gets blocked by the Geralt's Messenger. Yeah, okay, we're in combat though. All right, so if we go ahead and attack all out, this might be really good for us because now we get a pump with the Signal Pest. Okay, this is getting really interesting.
Damage. Is the game just over?
Maybe. We'll see how blocks are made. We'll see We'll see how the removal spells are pointed and see if anything gets flipped over. But it might be.
Oh, he does get a 2 life gain from the Blood Chief's Ascension because of this defile.
Oh, I gotcha. I need to. Goodness, I need to brush up on my my Blood Chief's Ascension. Clearly,
Yeah.
I'm getting
So
rusty.
when it has 3 or more counters on it, when a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, it basically just drains the opponent for 2.
Ah, I gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. So.
Oh wait. Oh no, he doesn't have the energy because he attached it at end
because he
step.
attached it at end step.
Oh.
Yep. And I think this is okay. Now we have a blocker. Okay.
We do have a blocker.
So now we're at 4.
That blocker just kills him, right? Oh no!
Oh, and he's realizing that he doesn't have the energy because he had used it already. Oh
yeah,
no! If it had been Glimmer Void or Spire, we would have been good. We would have had this.
Yeah. If he reattaches the cranial plating to Vault Scourge, though, I don't think he's dead.
Right. We'll see if he sees it.
What a close first game.
This is crazy.
Oh,
it's a crazy combination, I think, of both really, really close game and I think also of just some just feeling a little rusty with MTGO, which we've all been there, that's for sure.
Oh man. One more proc on all the Ascensions.
Our lethal.
Oh, another swamp from Dan.
Okay. So
oh, wait. Did he not attach the cranial plating?
He didn't, no.
So he's just dead.
No, we can chump the bigger Geralf's Messenger.
And then the Blood Chief's Ascension procs.
Oh, because it goes to the yard.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think we had the win there. Oh, goodness. All right, well, that was definitely tough. And, hey, I mean, I'm not going to hold it against anyone for all the MTGO stuff. It was pretty clear it was pretty clear, I think, at every point what Joe intended to do. So yeah, that's really unfortunate. But let's see how we sideboard. So on this side for Joe, we're cutting on some Mirror Enforcers, and then we are bringing in some Dispatches and some Etched Champions. So definitely can see that Dispatch obviously being really good, just kind of an approved path to exile, and so we want to take care of especially those messengers. And then Etched Champion, of course, getting protection from all colors can be super, super important in a matchup like this. He's got 2 cuts that he's looking for. He's kind of scrolling over all of his cards. It looks like we did cut into some welding jars, which I definitely, that can make sense because of the defiles. We have a lot of -1/-1 base kind of removal, so I can see that. It looks like he might be trimming some Galblast too. How's it looking over on Dan's side?
On this side, it looks like he's pulled out a bunch of cards that he wants to take out and not sure what he wants to bring in yet. Right now he brought in 2 Black Sun Zenith and the Drag to the Underworld, and took out 3 Sign in Blood in the Erebos, and is looking at maybe bringing in the 4 Duresses over either X amount of Thrall Parasites and the 4th Sign in Blood.
Okay, interesting. I can see that, maybe cutting on some of the more painful aspects because of how aggressive and fast the Affinity deck can be. And then you said he was bringing in Duresses?
He's thinking about it. He has not put them into his deck yet. He's also maybe thinking about bringing in Massacre Worm.
Okay. Wow, that would be crazy to see a Massacre Worm go off.
But right now he has 59 cards in his deck, so he has to bring in something else.
I gotcha. He's kind of considering his options. Yeah, so I think Duress is not the worst option at all because, a lot of our payoffs are non-creature. While, of course, we have creatures that fuel our deck, things like Showdown of the Scalds, and Soul Artifact, Cranial Plating, Galvanic Blast. All of those are non-creature, and so I can totally understand, wanting to try to nab those and go after those, post.
So it looks like he did end up bringing in 3 of the 4 Duresses over 2 Thrall Parasites. So he still has 1 Sign in Blood in the deck and 2 Thrall Parasites.
Gotcha. All right, we're opening up on a pretty reasonable hand here for Joanneth, excuse me. So he's got 2 lands, Spire of Industry, Glimmer Void, 2 Springleaf Drums, a Dispatch, a Galblast, and a Memnite. So it's definitely a little bit lacking on aggressive creatures, but it is pretty high on disruption, which is something that's going to maybe really help him out fight against Dan here.
Yeah, and on this side we have three swamps, the one Sign in Blood, an Iara, First of Locthwain, and two Defiles. So
Oh wow.
kind of what you want against the Affinity deck here. And he just drew a Duress for turn, so he has that turn one play.
Oh wow, very nice. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
he's going for the Defile instead, though.
okay,
Interesting.
Very interesting. Huh.
I mean, I can see that. Just cut off his mana.
Yeah. Wow, so Joe decides not to play out. He drew a cranial plating for turn and decided not to play it out. I think he was trying to catch a creature there, but okay,
for
but
Sign in Blood rather
Sign
than a
in Blood.
Duress.
Oh wow, I thought he was definitely we were gonna see a Duress there to snag this cranial plating.
Drew another Ayara and Defile, so now he has two Defiles in hand still, and drew a Gutter Bones for turn.
Brutal. That's gonna be. I think that might be a little bit tough to fight through for us here, but we do have a nice little turn here. We get to play out a Frogmite, and then I'm guessing we're gonna. Okay, no, we're just gonna hold on to that cranial plating. I think I maybe would have liked to just see kind of putting that cranial plating out. Or is cranial plating 2 mana? Okay, I'm sorry, we couldn't do the cranial plating. You're right. We couldn't do it that turn, so yeah. But yeah, we're just maybe holding that up instead.
No. Duress and the cranial plating.
All right.
Sure.
Well, at this
I mean,
point, I'm not sure what we need here because we kind of need creatures to get things moving, and even like some of our best top decks like Showdown of the Scalds to like refill and grind, we can't cast right now. We just have only the 2 mana sources out right now. So yeah, we're gonna be needing a couple of things to go right for us here.
Dan might end up taking the Galv Blast. I don't know if he'll be taking the Dispatch, considering he has 2 of Iara in his hand, which is probably the... Oh, he took the Dispatch. Interesting. To play out the Gutter Bones. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I can definitely see that line.
Yeah, maybe he's just thinking like, hey, like I don't, this cranial plating is no worry for me. I've got creatures covered, but Joe does top deck an Ensoul Artifact.
Scissors.
Yes, so the scissors coming in, so that's pretty cool. And we see the situation come up again where Dan's on 3 swamp, so not necessarily having the instant kill with the Defile on the.
He has the 4th and 5th in hand.
Oh,
so
does he?
He will
okay.
eventually get to kill it.
Oh,
but
yeah.
That is still another turn away.
Right. So if we draw another mana source, so that's either a free creature or a land, we can cranial plating up this Springleaf Drum and kind of bash in for a whole bunch of damage. Of course, we have the chump blocks, but it's still kind of cool to see that.
Leaving back Gutter Bones to block, and also leaving back Iara if he so chooses. Which honestly might, if he swings in, he might just block the Springleaf Drum with Iara and then defile the Springleaf Drum.
Oh no, he didn't have Metalcraft. Oh no. Nothing seems to be going right now. That's so really unfortunate. Oh no, we get to
concedes. Oh no.
Oh man. Gosh, well hey, you know what? It's no problems there. Well, hey, definitely well played to both of our competitors. Really exciting to see those decks in our top 8. Thank you so much, Ashes, for joining me. And I look forward to our semifinals matches next.
Yep, me as well. Thank you for having me.